Whoa, it's raining bad. Hold on, guys.
Oh, it's
Have to put
raining again. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'll do a Google search. I'll do a Google search. Auntie said that my tension could be off and that I should look and see if I can adjust the tension with
Mm-hmm.
my thread. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that's helpful. She's been having trouble with one of her units.
Yeah.
And
Thread
she paid a
broke
lot of
while you were
money to get
gone.
fixed. Huh?
I said her
I,
thread broke while you were gone.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just got my just got on here with these two. Welcome, Sabrina and Elsie, and hello, Sheldon. Sheldon in the house. Good morning, he
What up,
says.
Sheldon?
Morning.
Yeah, morning. Wow, where's he live? Alaska,
Wow.
Australia. Yeah, it's already tomorrow in Australia. Uh,
Yeah.
but I've got some. I've got a
I
box
wonder where.
of trade paperbacks right here. This is a new thing. I think maybe I've gotten these out and shown them before. They're very heavy. It's like a whole long box of trade paperbacks. That's part of what we're going to do. I've been busy doing either on this show or other shows. This one's actually finished based on a canvas that I did in 2016. Now, Bog was only created in 2015. So, sort of an unfinished canvas there. You know, what if Alien or Bog was on an alien world was the concept? He would have pretty wacky colors, uh, different alien vegetation that he would take on. So here's the unfinished finished card.
Oh,
That
that's
is
cool.
finished. Yeah, I'm going to leave
Very,
it unfinished
very
like this.
colorful.
Very colorful. And instead of sticks in his head, it's Venus fly traps.
Oh.
What those little things are, yeah. And I did a Smolder redesign, closer to maybe what he'll be in this the second book, maybe. If I can get this to focus, you.
Oh my.
Hello, Omer.
Oh
Omer Glitch
my.
in the house. Hopefully that's coming in all right. Nobody will tell me, so it's worthless.
It's coming in fine, Rex. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I was looking and I didn't know you were looking for approval.
Well, I mean, I like to know, if my camera's,
That's
if it's going
fine.
to look
See, it's
fuzzy,
looking
then we're
good,
wasting
man.
our time.
Look, you're not.
Crow back there and Croc
That's
Bog.
good.
Yeah. So they're turning out pretty good, I think. Now I have the character throwback for the Midnight Story. It's like, oh, okay. Now I know. Now I can start writing it, and
You just threw
still
him
got
back.
it didn't focus on the last one. Okay. Well, that's fine. Hopefully it'll focus on these books. This is actually a pretty boring book. I've seen Marvel do it too, even in floppy form. But it does have some illustrations, just not very many. Like here, this is a
I just put on this shirt. Look how big it is.
Kevin McGuire Lobo, something that Omer's been doing of late. This is the DC Heroes, the Atlas. Probably bought it discounted. I mean, brand new. This is like a $20 book. It is put out by Mayfair Games Incorporated, or was. I'm not sure what year it is. Marvel's done the same thing. It's just like places and locales, just like you in the DC universe. Probably more for role playing. This is a 1990 book. So look at that. White pages still looks brand new. 1990.
Hey, Rex, can you do me a favor? Can you say that again? That color you just said?
What color?
Can you say white again?
White.
No, the way you said it.
I don't know how I said it. Okay.
White.
White. Okay. I'm glad that you're laughing at my expense. Anyway. She got that 1970s shirt. Yes. Look at that. 70s girl.
No, it says 1970, and I thought that was supposed to be a 9.
Right. I could not see how you did that, but I could see where you could arrive at that. Sure.
Yeah,
Which would have been your birth year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only way. Now you'll have to get another T-shirt that says the only reason I have that other T-shirt is I made a mistake.
I am dyslexic and I cannot read.
Mm-hmm. Now here's one, Sabrina, that you probably know of because it hit the movies, and actually this the Suicide Squad, the original run on Suicide Squad.
Ooh, very cool.
Mm-hmm. Not a big McDaniel fan, and probably bought this for $5. It's the I used to have all the floppies of these. I may still have a bunch of them actually. I've met John Ostrander, the writer of Suicide Squad. Not a big Luke McDaniel. I like Carl Kessel as an anchor. Dave Hunt, he's cool. He's an artist in here as well. Dave Hunt did some Legion of Superheroes. This is very small. All the copyright 2011, I guess, on this book. And it doesn't reprint all the Suicide Squads because there was quite a few of them. But it goes up to like Howard Chaykin is even in here. Cover art by Howard Chaykin. Starts out with Secret Origin of Suicide Squad and goes has some personal files also. That's Suicide Squad number 8. So I guess it goes to number 8. Gives you the covers and everything in there. So it's pretty neat. Full color.
Well,
Very cool.
you get the covers.
Yeah. Get all the covers and it's colorful. But
pretty good.
Suicide Squad, the first appearance of Amanda Waller was in Legends, actually. I think Amanda Waller kind of
Created for the movie. She was actually in the comics.
Yeah, she was in the comics before the movies. Yes.
No, I mean she created for the movie. You know what I mean? Where they
No.
sometimes add characters that weren't in the original story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was in the original story.
Yeah, that's
Amanda Waller. Yeah.
I know that my question probably sounded stupid, but no.
No, I'm trying to track what you're saying and laying down, but I'm not quite
Okay.
getting there.
In some movies, when they're taking it from a book or a comic, sometimes they will add characters. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
That's what I was curious about. She was in the comics.
She was
She
in the comics. Yes.
Not on
She's
in
the,
the movie.
yeah, she was in the comics. She's the one that kind of formed the Suicide Squad, which are kind of criminals with kill switches in their heads. And, of course, I know Carrie likes the Suicide Squad. I thought the movies were okay. They weren't great. I mean, they made a couple of Suicide Squad movies, or I think maybe even the Suicide Squad might have even been in some of the WD stuff. I don't know. It's Shake and Bake.
What
He
shape?
said I help. Shake and Bake. Yeah, the artist shaking. This is something separate. It's Suicide Squashes. Suicide Squashes? There you go. There's you an idea, Homer, for a new book. Suicide Squashes.
Squash.
Only from the mind of Rex's mouth, you know. Suicide Squad from the Ashes. John Ostrander. I've met him a couple times. Really good guy, man. Writer of the Suicide Squad. Nice cover. I don't know if it's wraparound. It would be considered wraparound cover. Maybe not. But
Doesn't look like it.
maybe not. Yeah. This one here has
See, it's
Javier
similar
Pena.
color.
Huh?
That similar color kind of makes you think it is.
This one came out in 2008. Don't know if I've read that one yet or not. There's several that I haven't read. Now I have one, 2, 3, and 4 of Suicide Squad. This is DC Universe Rebirth. Nice Jim Lee cover here. There's your Killer Croc up there.
Ooh.
Harley Quinn. Yeah. But look at this. Harley's biting his ear off.
Oh
Yeah.
my. That's pretty wicked.
Pretty brutal. Yeah. And that's the first. Here's the second. This one's in plastic. Looks like maybe I picked it up for $3. I don't know, but this is the second Suicide Squad. For $3, I'll take it. Volume 2. At least that's what it had on the bag. This one has got $3 on the bag too. I might have picked up a few of these at Nomad Comics when they were in business. King Shark there, he's looking wild. Harley on the back. And this looks like they're playing it for jokes here. Everyone's laughing on the cover. Looks like the art's pretty nice though.
And where did you just acquire these recently, or is this something you've had for a while?
No, these are something that I've had for a while. Like Nomad Comics, not even in business. If I got those there, I've acquired these over years. A bunch I bought at Barnes and Noble in years past. Yeah, these have been in decades. Like that one I was showing was from 1990. So now that's how old the book is. Now, how long have I had it? Don't know. Now I read this, and I've talked about this on the show. Trinity of Sin, Pandora, and actually has the character from what is it, Top Cow or Image? But now DC owns that. But this is the story where Phantom Stranger, right there by the gun, that character by the gun there with the hat, he is actually revealed in this story, or one of these stories, in the Trinity of Sin. to be Judas, the man who betrayed Jesus.
No.
And this is kind of a revelation because he's been a character and that's never been kind of revealed or written in, that he was like that. Till this storyline, and he's been around since the 1950s. But look at that double page spread. Wow.
Very cool.
Go ahead, punk. Make my day.
Uh-huh.
Very good read though. These very glad I got those. This is volume 1 of Planetary. Not much on the cover, but the Planetaries were pretty nicely graphically done. They had some very nice covers when Planetary came out, I believe on Judgment Day here, Day of Judgment rather, man, I think it had some Mike Mignola covers. I got $5 for this one. This is the way I do it, Sabrina. If I board and bag them, I'll tell what I gave for them on the tape there.
Mm-hmm.
And that way I can kind of keep up with, let's say if I wanted to sell it, I certainly don't want to lose money. But Day of Judgment was kind of like a mini series
Oh,
by Jeff Johns. Geoff, I like to call him. Geoff. Take off, eh, hoser? Ooh, look, it's Sabrina and Elsie.
I'm awake. I'm here.
Yeah. Teen Titans and the Outsiders. This is another Geoff Johns book. Jeff Johns. The Teen Titans and the Outsiders, and the title is The Insiders.
Oh.
So, The Insiders.
Okay, that one looks cool to me.
Mm-hmm. All the heroes are dead at our feet. So, yeah. Yeah, crossover between the Outsiders and Teen Titans. Always a nice mix. And this is going back. This one was around 1992, the 0 Hour sort of year-long crossover. This is Crisis in Time. Dan Jurgens and Jerry Ordway with others. 0 Hour. I tried to collect all the 0 Hour stuff. It was a pretty neat story. Can't remember that much about it because it's been so long ago, but I still try and get the 0 Hour stuff. Sovereign 7, that's Chris Claremont that did the X-Men, was the writer of X-Men for like 20 years. Sovereign 7, let's see, pencilers, Alan Davis was one of them, Dwayne Turner and Jeff Johnson, but the writer was Chris Claremont. And this reprints the first Sovereign 7s that came out. They were a pretty neat looking group for DC for a little bit. And this trade paperback combining all those things came out in. It's got a neat identity crisis. There we go. A little opener with look at that. I like that. Putting the artwork along with the text. That's pretty neat. Going through your nightly rituals, Sabrina, combing the hair and washing the face and all that?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Oh,
Nope. At least she's honest.
no, I'm not doing that.
Look at that. Got character bios right in the beginning of it. So you got a female character called Cascade. You got this male character called Cruiser. Finale, I guess, character, and Indigo. These are all the Sovereign 7. That's interesting. Network, Rampart. I always thought, and Reflex. The Reflex.
It's a lonely town. Sir.
No, go with it, girl.
Fault.
Let's see. And
Your
so
fault.
this is Sovereign 7 1 through 5. Sovereign 7 annual. I didn't even know they did an annual. And Showcase 1995 number 12. 1996 book right here on the Sovereign 7. Some of these are older. Some of these are fairly new, within the last 10 years. Here's JSA. This was pretty cool. Paul Smith that did the X-Men did the artwork in this. It's an Elseworld thing. JSA, Justice Society of America, Golden Age. And these were prestige formats books when they came out. These are all the original characters, and I gave $2.79 for this. What a deal. And it's normally a $20 book. And Howard Chaykin did the introduction to this book. I'm not a big Howard. I guess this is a combo of like the couple of prestige format books, put in trade paperback. And I think I have at least one of the two. This is a newer one here, Forever Evil. David Finch artworks, and that darn Geoff Johns again, or Jeff Johns. How Geoff is spelled Jeff, I do not know. But love David Finch's stuff. Richard Friend is the inker on this. And this book only came out in 2014. And the Superman movie, this is Ultraman right there. He's the villain in the Superman movie, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Although he's a little bit different because, spoilers, he winds up to be a clone of Superman. It's lame. I figured it out before they said it. But very nice David Finch artwork in this. Forever Evil was kind of like a year-long thing for DC. That was around the time Nomad Comics was out, because I bought some stuff from them. This is a thick baby. Forever Evil Blight, number 52. I don't know if it looks like it's got the Justice League Dark on the cover here as well. I don't know that I've read this one before. I might have to sit down and read this thick baby. Look at that. Blight. It's got Frankenstein there. And there's Ultraman and his baddies on the back. Constantine. I know Elsie likes Constantine the movie. Later,
Yes.
peeps, have a good stream off to cook a little something and watch some Gunsmoke. I would hang out if someone would send the link.
Maybe you should send the link, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, instead of being a butt.
yeah. 2013, I think, on this. Oh, and this is Trinity of Sin, Phantom Stranger, and Justice League Dark. I may have to put this with the Justice League Dark ones. And Constantine and Trinity of Sin, Pandora, 6 through 9. So apparently there was the Trinity of Sin was more than one book. So I haven't read this one. I don't think. The bad thing is, reading these things in order, knowing what order to read these things in.
You'd think they'd put it in order for you.
Homer, have you already left to go see Gunsmoke? If he has, then it's too late. What are you working on, Elsie?
Gunsmoke?
Yeah, I got him watching Gunsmoke now. He's on like the first season on last I heard he was like on episode 8. So, and he likes it. 1955 Gunsmoke. I guess he got it on a streaming service. I don't know.
Oh my God, it just sounds so boring to me.
Longest Western
That's
ever,
good.
most popular
Good
Western
stuff.
in history. But hey, you don't
No.
like Westerns, you're not going to like it. Your dad would like it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Like
Yeah.
the 2 weeks I had to subject myself to staying at their house, it was the Western Channel.
So, Sabrina, tell me, what do you find entertaining to watch on TV? I've never asked you this. What do you watch for entertainment?
Well, definitely not rom-coms. I hate romantic comedies. I despise the movie The Notebook. I don't know.
That's what you got. That is an Elsie answer.
Actually,
You did not answer my question, which is not what you do not like to watch, but what do you like to watch?
action movies, documentaries.
So you like Die Hard or something like that, huh?
Oh yeah, like all the John Wick movies. I like kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
John Wick movies are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta watch the clock.
What you got to watch the clock for?
Because did you see my head?
Oh,
Yeah,
she's
look at
in
my
there.
head, dude.
Are you doing like a treatment?
Yes.
I just thought it was a bad birthmark. I'm sorry.
No, asshole. I'm doing something to my hair so I don't show my gray fucking hairs. You butt ass.
Whoops. Too late for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like
So you got a
documentaries.
few gray hairs. Who cares?
I like series commentaries and stuff like that. That's where you learn some stuff.
Now, see, I
Um,
can't do commentaries like when they're watching a movie and they do the commentary through the movie. I'm like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. I just want to watch the movie. I can't do that.
That's why they give you options.
Yeah, and then my all-time favorite movie that I could watch over and over and over again. There's like
Mhm.
5 of them, and one is Scarface.
Yeah.
And
The movie
unfortunately,
with
I
Al
love
Pacino, or was it a TV series?
what Scarface?
Yeah, Scarface. Did they ever make that into a TV series and I just didn't hear about it?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, with Al Pacino. Say
Yeah,
hello to my little friend.
yes, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When it came out on VHS, it was a double pack. It was it
yeah,
was so long. Yeah. I think
yeah,
I've got that. Yeah.
yeah. Because I remember that. And then when
Mhm.
these came out, and my dad bought the Scarface DVD, it was like, oh my God.
And
Like
what is
there was so
what is
much
your
more.
favorite movie of all time, or 5 favorite movies?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Gone with the Wind, Scarface.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you like long ones, like Gone with the Wind. Yeah. Okay.
Gone with the Wind, Scarface, Dune, the 1984 Dune.
Yes.
Let's see. Ooh, all the Star Wars is the first 3.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
movies that I could watch over and over and over again.
Did you watch The Expanse? That's what I'm watching now.
I don't know what The Expanse is.
Okay, that was with Thomas Jane. Are you aware of Thomas Jane, the actor?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in some of those. Yeah.
He was
on the Sci-Fi Channel.
The Expanse. Okay.
I know you get. I now that was like 10 years ago. So it takes me a while to
Yeah,
catch
I know
up.
because I told you needed to watch the Venture Brothers.
Yeah, and had the Venture Brothers came out to Walmart and it only did once, and I bought season 4 of it, I think.
Oh my God. You need to watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I got it. I've been told that, but they just haven't been available, and I haven't went on eBay to buy me one. So
Oh my God. Okay. I know
I'll
what
probably
to do.
binge watch it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I've got to go off for a second. This has been in my hair for 37, 47. It's been on my hair for 10 minutes.
Does it burn? Some of that stuff burns, you know, if you leave it on.
Well, hold on. I can stay on for 3 more minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
It doesn't really burn unless you have really bad dry scalp.
okay. All right. Just wondering, you know, I
Yeah.
hang around, you know, hair cutting places and known some
Yeah,
beauty.
no, unless you have sores or cuts or really bad burns on your head, like
Yeah.
not burns, but like really bad dry scalp. Yeah, it can burn, but
Well, this is like a dye. This isn't like a hydrogen peroxide treatment or anything like that.
no,
I
there's
don't put
peroxide
stuff
in
on
this.
my hair.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah, there's
I don't put-
peroxide in me right now.
You'll have to
Oh,
talk
that's
up,
heavy
LZ, if you
chemicals. No.
He's stroking
kill
his
me.
head as he talks.
No, there's peroxide in this, but I cut
Okay.
it with 10% peroxide. So if it's 20% developer or 30%, I put a 10 in there to cut it down more. And
All right.
then I
That
do
sounds like work.
LZ,
it's-
what are you working on? I'm just curious. I asked
Oh.
you, and I don't think we ever saw what you were working on.
I was working on.
He was working on a
this one.
Western painting. Wow, look at that one.
Ooh, I like that one. Yeah.
I've been working on this one here. I just sketched it out. I've been doing this.
He's definitely getting better through time.
This one here, I just finished it last night.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
I really do like that one.
It's a little. I like these round ones. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. You getting those at Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, I get the round ones at Hobby Lobby,
Mm-hmm.
but they're more expensive. So I usually use the buy the stacks at Walmart.
Have you got the Western one
It's,
handy?
It's
It's
I
in
can go
there.
grab it.
Okay. No, it's well anyway.
All right, guys. I will be back. I've got to wash
Okay.
this and take care of it. So I should be back in like, give me a little bit.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, please do. Unlike last time where we waited for 20 minutes. In the
Oh, I was late to this stream by 5 minutes because I conked out in the chair, obviously needing rest. I think that's probably what I'll do tomorrow.
Bye, guys. I'll be back.
Okay, no need to threaten us.
Bite me.
Ain't I a stinker? She would agree. Anyway, Batman. This has got Greg Capullo, I think. Yeah, Greg Capullo. Scott Snyder, the new 52. Very, kind of volume 1. Not much to it, just your regular trade paperback size. But now the second one here, volume 2, City of Owls, a little bit thicker. City of Owls, Greg Capullo Batman. With Scott Snyder, pretty good looking stuff, if you like Greg Capullo. Definitely different from anything else he's done. I think it was wildly popular at the time. Geoff Johns, Did you want to show that? Oh, wait a minute. Before you show that, just don't show it right now. Because Sabrina will be right back, and that was the only reason I was asking you. I figured that she'd want to see it,
Gotcha.
But now Flashpoint was a big thing in the WB Flash, and I'm sure I probably got more Flashpoint type stuff. I just watched one of my DVDs on Flashpoint, The World of Flashpoint, featuring the Flash, there where everything And that's going to be,
I'm,
is that
I'm
going to
gonna
be
go get
Gee
me
off as
another.
well, Jeff Jones?
I'm gonna
Huh?
get me another soda. I'm gonna get
Okay.
me another
I'll
soda.
be right back. So all you got to say, don't need to know the life history of your soda.
Okay. You didn't hear anything, so
Right. Sorry. Well, I'm trying to finish my sentence. Scott Collins did the Flash. Had a good long run in the Flash. I think he's on here. Let's see, when did this come out? I've actually read some of these, like the Flashpoint. Got picked up some of these at full price. Spent a fortune doing it too. $17.99 on this one. To inform myself of some of the more recent stuff that I missed. And I know Flashpoint is old by this point, but at the time that I picked it up uh, at Barnes and Noble, 2012. So some of these, don't know when I picked them up, but it'll tell you, a combination of different things. I mean, this has got Flashpoint, Reverse Flash, Flashpoint, Citizen Code 1 through 3, Flashpoint, Legion of Doom 1 through 3. That sounds pretty cool. Legion of Doom. Flashpoint, God of War instead of God of War. Flashpoint, Kid Flash, Lost 1 through 3. It's like, okay, look, man, you got a million different titles to tell this freaking story in. I'd rather just pick the trade paper back up and enjoy it for what it is, no matter what title it is. Why you got to put this in a million different titles? I don't get it. All right, and then just looking to see if this is Flashpoint Volume 2, but it's just Flashpoint with Andy Kubert and that pesky Geoff. There's an Andy Kubert cover there. So like $16.99, brand new. Everything you know will change in a flash. Andy Kubert being the penciler. This one came out in probably around the same time that other one did. Mm-hmm. And 2011, so predating that. So good, good looking stuff. I mean, Joe Kubert didn't show his son how to do a good book. I think it's got the covers minus the logos in here as well. Often, in the back, look at that, man. Got some additional things back in here. That's a variant cover. Yeah, I just watched the Flashpoint thing not too long ago where Wonder Woman here, which is more Amazonian, killed Samira and kind of going up against Aquaman, and the Amazons have, taken Britain as their new home. And Batman, Bruce Wayne is dead and his father, Thomas Wayne. Here's Flashpoint variant by Ivan Reis. George Perez. So George Perez did some of the inking on that cover. So that's cool. It's neat when they show all the different covers, that you may have missed. Jose Luis Garcia is always good. And Concepts back in the back. Look at that, man. Love that stuff, just pencil stuff for the series. I love when you got behind the scenes stuff. It's got Godiva, Sandman, a character called Blackout. Flashpoint covers and pencils there. Here's Cyborg and done like that. Pencils. The weak looking Superman and the Outsiders. All those are featured in the DVD, which kind of gives you just the high points of the story. And of course, Thomas Wayne is the Batman in the there's Wonder Woman in Flashpoint. It's an interesting what if sort of Elseworld take, Aquaman, where you got Aquaman fighting Wonder Woman, the Amazonians, where the Justice League never was kind of formed, and just an alternative type Earth, a mixed up Earth. And then also, when DC was changing to California, their headquarters from New York to California, they did something called Convergence, which I read all of Convergence and some of the tie-in stuff, usually in trade paperback. This is a cool scene right there where you've got like she's a lesbian, but a female question. I do like her hat and stuff. She's a pretty neat character. But this is Flashpoint Convergence. They have different convergent titles. That's where it gets confusing for the reading, to the reader, all this stuff. You can't keep up with it. Basically, Convergence was these different worlds and they would fight, and it wasn't much of a story. It was more like, let's pit. And I understand why they did that. It was probably just a simplified story to do to engage all the artists and writers and stuff in while they moved their headquarters from New York to LA. They didn't want to get into something too heady, too deep. And so they just pitted these different things against each other. Here's Flashpoint Book 2, Convergence. Got the Harley Quinn there and Poison Ivy and Catwoman on the back. And you even got a 0 hour Convergence. So this is book 2 of that. It gets confusing, starring the heroes of the 90s. It gets confusing and too much to keep up with, sadly. Convergence Infinite Earths, book 1. Starring heroes from the Crisis on Infinite Earths and Red Sun. Red Sun was a Superman story, a one-shot, I believe, Elseworld story. Why not put it under one banner like What If or called Elseworlds and do I don't get it. I don't get why they just, here's book 2 of Convergence. Starring heroes of Crisis on Infinite Earths. And it's got like Blue Beetle, the one they killed off, OMAC, some others pictured on the back. You got Convergence Crisis Book 1 with the Outsiders there on the cover, starring heroes from the Crisis on Infinite Earths. So they just hit, Convergence, mashups, really. There really wasn't that much to the stories. They were pitting one group against the other and they were fighting. Convergence Crisis Book 2 with the Teen Titans there on the cover.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And it's even got Justice League Detroit, with Vixen and Vibe and Gypsy. And I read it during that time. That's when the original Justice League came to an end. People lost interest. That was when I was reading it. Actually, I would recommend those Justice League Detroit. They were actually pretty interesting characters and an interesting read back in the day. The all new Adam, Small Wonder, Gail Simone. Wow. Rick Remender. He worked with Mike Gustovich on the Justice Machine. That's where I know him from. Pat Olaf in this. But I got some of the floppies of these at the time that they came out. Actually, a reimagining of the Atom. This is the Oriental version of the character. Actually, a pretty good read. Wonderful covers. I'm sure the covers are probably featured in that. It really had some good covers. A classic here, Green Arrow Longbow Hunters by Mike Grell. And hell yeah, I got that because that's just a classic, one of the early I think around 87, you know, like painted covers, very nice. Early prestige format book, The Longbow Hunters. Good read. There was 4 books in the series, and this is the trade paperback of all of them. Of course, I don't have any of them anymore, but I had this. This one came out in 2012. So some of these I've had for quite a while, man. It's amazing how time and these might have been sitting on the shelf for a while, you know, when I bought them. That's always a possibility too, right? I'll show Elsie that one again. He'll go, oh yeah, because I was turning him on at the time that those came out. Batman: The Dark Knight Strikes Again, Frank Miller. There we go. Nice cover. Looks like maybe Plastic Man here. I don't know if that's Plastic Man or not, but I like some of his simplified stuff. A lot of these I bought and just kept, and to have the material and have the artwork, and you know, it's a lot cheaper to buy it this way than it is to like buy all the floppies, or just about. Yeah, I guess that is Plastic Man, because look at him here. And that's the Plastic Man on the cover. So, pretty wild stuff. Frank Miller and Plastic Man. Is that a good mix? I don't know. Somebody's going to get hurt, right? But yeah, good little thicker book here, and probably pretty expensive to buy in floppies. This is a thick book. Neil Adams artwork, Batman Odyssey. Check out there. And here's your lizard, pterodactyl's lizard, right? Representation for Today Lorenzo. Neil Adams cover. Look at that. Batman Odyssey. That was a series that ran that Neil Adams did. And all the different characters. Neil Adams. So yeah, pretty thick thing. You know, this was more of a prestige format. I've got a few of these, and it even worked Dead Man in here. We'll be looking at it's got the covers in there, and what's cool, it's got the covers in black and white and color. Neil Adams is a beast. There's that Dead Man shot. Look at that. Cool stuff, man. Neil Adams. It's done some of my favorite comics. Final Crisis, all in one big thing. Grant Morris wrote this. Big thick thing. Then Final Crisis. That's a good long read over the weekend. These Green Lanterns here, I'm kind of saving to put together and show all at the same time. So we'll just put that one right there. Because these are heavy. This is a whole long box of trade paper. JLA Volume 1. Grant Morris again on the writing. They did a series called JLA. I've got a bunch of the floppies that, you know, I really wasn't that taken with the series. It was okay. You know, they did some different things with the Justice League, you know, at the time. They brought back like the blue and white Superman. I was kind of like that. Batman Death by Design by Chip Kidd and David Taylor. Look at this. Wonderful cover there with Batman upside down. And sort of a matte finish to this, you know, no glossy finish. And then look, I flip it around, Elsie. He's hanging upside down, right? Look. Oh, back of his head.
That's the background. That's cool.
That's kind of cool. It's a thin little read. I don't think I've read it. New York Times bestseller, it says. Oh, look, you open it up and it's got like little sketches of the cover,
Yeah,
which would
cool.
be like the finished thing. Oh, look at this. Look at that on that textured paper. That's neat. I always like the retro looking Batman. He looks so much more scary or more like bat like and demon like, you know. What's your favorite line from Scarface, Sabrina? Well, she's not here, but I'll ask her when she gets back. Deathstroke Volume 1, Lobo Hunt, the new 52. I think I read some of these actually.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke, yeah, made his first appearance in Teen Titans. There's a lot of Rob Liefeld in here. I can tell just by looking at the artwork. A little bit of it, a little bit. He's in here somewhere in some of it. So you won't get to see a lot of feet is the joke. The Spirit. Now this was a great series that DC came out with. Look at this cover here.
Yeah.
That's neat, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Classic character. Look at that skull cover on the back.
Almost 3D.
First wave. Yeah. I've got a few of those in floppy form. This is a big thing, baby. This is the Elseworlds, the Batman Elseworlds. This is like Batman as a Green Lantern here. Elseworlds is kind of like their What If, and this has got all the Batman Elseworlds stuff in it. Pretty thick book because they do a lot with Batman. You know, various artists, even different. It looked like watercolor there. This looks like Kelly Jones artwork. Let's check that out, where he's more bat-like.
Yeah.
But it's got a whole host of different styles in here. Look at this. This is more painterly. Very cool stuff, you know. Just different stories throughout the years of the Elseworld stuff. Some of it more traditional than others. There he is, finding the Red Hood as the Green Lantern. Kind of different. The Red Hood would become the Joker, I believe, in our world, anyway. Oh, Adolf Hitler and the Ku Klux Klan is in here.
Oh my.
Oh my, Howard Chaykin artwork, I think, on this. Yeah, definitely Howard Chaykin. Don't know what that's all about. Darn you, Howard Chaykin. Batman Detective Comics, Rise of the Batman. Yeah, look at this great group shot. Love, what's his name? Clayface. Look at that.
Huh.
Nice classic logo there. To defeat an army of Dark Knight must form his own sort of team here.
Hmm.
Clayface would be a cool ally, actually, if he wasn't kind of trying to psychotically kill you all the time, of course. Superman for tomorrow. This is the Jim Lee run on Superman. Neat stuff. You like Jim Lee?
Yeah.
Pretty thick. Thick as a brick. And we got Secret Six. Gail Simone, before she went batshit woke. Actually, this was a good read. This was actually pretty good. Secret Six. Villains United. I've got all these, even the variant covers, I think. Loved it. The Villains United. I don't know about the Secret Six here, where that kind of comes into it. I think that was kind of like a separate series, but very, very good read, I must say. You know, back in the day, I really enjoyed it because Catman, he's a public domain character from the 40s, I believe, and yeah, just some loser type characters thrown together. Kind of like the what they did with the Suicide Squad, and very interesting to learn the you know, because I'm not a DC guy. Very interesting to learn the sort of backstory of some of these characters. All right, and put some of these My dog is hacking. Poor baby.
Oh my.
Here we go. She's probably about time for a second dose of her medicine, which I'll make her a meal and hide it in her meal. We've got some Green Lantern titles here. These are hard to move around because they're so heavy. Justice League 3000. I've read all these. I thought they were pretty cool. Keith Giffen actually was the writer on that. You remember Keith Giffen, the artist? He wrote this, and pretty interesting read because I mean it's like futuristic, alternative, kind of what if-ish. I like those type of stories. I just wish they would simplify it. Here's volume 2 of Justice League. Very, very cool reads, you know.
Yeah.
All the floppies put in the trade paperback form. Here's Justice League 3001. Keith Giffen on the artwork again. I like Howard Porter's artwork. Serviceable. And something related, Justice League Beyond. Pretty neat. I always like the Justice League Beyond stuff, which kind of starts out with the cartoon. I like that Superman design. Look at that black and silver design for the older Superman of the future. Very Kryptonian, right? I don't know if you ever watched Batman or Beyond. Did you, Elsie?
Batman Beyond.
Yeah, Batman Beyond, which is in the future, like this Batman here. It's actually not Bruce Wayne. It's a kid called McGinnis. So pretty cool stuff, actually. I enjoyed this read too, Justice League Dark. I've read 30, 40 something issues in these trade paperbacks. I have all of them because you buy and some of the floppies too. Justice League Dark. It's got Dead Man. I think the Enchantress. She's kind of batshit crazy. It's got Constantine in there. It's got Swamp Thing. So if you're a Swamp Thing fan, you'll like this. Awesome artwork. I mean, look at this. Great looking stuff, man. Nicely colored. Look at that. So cool. Good to read. For a newer, slick comic and whatnot. Peter Milligan wrote that. I love Peter Milligan as an artist and a writer. He's pretty good. I think he did Shade the Changing Man was one of the things he did for DC Comics. Here's volume 2 there of Justice League Dark. Look at that, man. Creepy looking covers. And also got has what's her name? Was first in the Adventure Comics. I want to say Indigo. It's not Indigo. Anyway, I'm Frankenstein in this one because the roster kind of changed. Flash on the back. They were some neat stories. Actually, a pretty good read, and I like to binge read too. Trade paperbacks are a great way to binge read. The floppies and waiting every month for a new issue kind of loses my interest, and it costs you a fortune. But now binge reading, yeah, I kind of like that. Here's number 4 in the Justice League Dark. The artwork's awesome, in these series. Very nice. Look at this Swamp Thing. It look beefy. Justice League Dark, which is kind of like Constantine and Zatanna and all the magical characters. The demon Etrigan. all the sort of magical stuff in the DC universe. Did you know Swamp Thing was magical? It's kind
Yeah.
of magic. Batman Dark Victory, New York Times bestseller, again, kind of matte finish. Tim Sale on the artwork. Sadly, we lost
Yeah.
Tim Sale. He's no longer with us. Nice wraparound
I
cover
got
there.
some of those Batmans. I got some of those issues.
Yeah, I've got some of the Dark Victories. Very cool stuff from Tim Sale that worked for Marvel and DC. Like it. Yep. Definitely. I show these. Yes, I did. Okay. And then we have Batgirl here. Silent Night. Volume 1. That's a pretty thick thing. I like this iteration of Stitched Up. Maybe that kind of stuck in my mind for TM. He's kind of got a stitched up mask.
Oh, that's a
But
book. That's a thick one, man.
it's a thick one, yeah. Yeah. This has got
Joker's
an
in
artist I
color, too.
really, really like in it. It's got Scott
McDaniel.
What? Scott McDaniel, yeah, but it's is it Scott McDaniel? I mean, it looks like his stuff, but I don't see him in the credits there. These pages here got a little imprinting are kind of messed up a little bit there. That's sad. But yeah, it looks very Scott McGinnis, but I don't think it's Scott McGinnis stuff. I kind of like this style though. And Scott McGinnis, that's on my short bucket list. I'd love to have him
McGinnis or
do me.
McDaniel.
McDaniel. Yeah, McDaniel. Sorry. Yeah, I like Scott McDaniel. I don't think he's in this series, but there's some similar art. I think they're trying to mimic his style in this. Yeah, and it holds up. It's very nice. I don't know about the stories, but the art styles and everything are very engaging. I like it. Yeah, he's on X, and you can commission him. You know, you could have him do you a cover. This is an old one. Justice League presents this. Grant Morris writing this. Aztec, the Ultimate Man. Didn't do that much in comics, but here, kind of neat to have him in a trade paperback, you know, and learn about this character.
It looks like
Aztec.
a trip.
Yeah. My own Devil Flyer story is kind of interesting like that. Forever Blight. Oh, okay. So I was wanting to put that Forever Blight with the Justice League Dark books because that's got some Justice League Dark. I'm gonna have to read that. Trying to put these in order somewhat as we go along. Got in some Justice League here. Justice League, the New 52 by Geoff Johns. Actually, Jeff Johns. Let's see. What do we got here? Put these in order. It'll kill me. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Justice League. But before that, I've got this got Mark Bagley, Alan Davis, Garcia Lopez, George Perez, Frank Quitely, John Romita, and Alex Ross, and more. The Justice League of America 100 project, benefiting comics creators in need. So sort of the comic creator, you know, benefit fund artwork that all those artists did. Pretty neat. Here's the Jim Lee Justice League 52. That was quite popular when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's volume 1. Here's volume 2. Jim Lee. And Ivan Reese, like his work, but Paul Pater. I love Paul Pater's stuff, man. He's a great artist. Apparently he inked this, if I have the name right. And then here is Ivan Reese doing volume 4 with Desperio there on the cover, and 5. Look at this I guess look at that skull like it. I guess that's supposed to be like Firestorm, but of their world. You know, that's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty bizarre.
Yeah. See, that's Batman, but he's the owl. This is the evil Justice League right there.
More like a amalgam something.
Amalgamation. Yeah. Amalgamated. Yeah. I knew
That,
what you meant.
that run, they had a run where they did that.
Yeah, it was a mashup between Marvel and DC characters, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me put these right here. Got a couple of Aquamans here. Volume 1, The Trench. I've actually read this. Pretty good. It's got these, piranha looking deep like things in it. Look at that, Elsie.
Whoa.
With the reflections in the eyes.
I like that.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good read from Geoff from Jeff Johns.
Look at those dudes in the background.
In volume 2, yeah. They're called The Other. I think they're called The Other. There's Black Manta in the background. Yeah. And then you had Batman Beyond. You got Superman Beyond. Man of Tomorrow, of him in the future with the more Kryptonian, white and black costume. I like that. But this is set in the future, kind of like those Batman Beyond stories that he was in. Here's some Scott McDaniel right here. Big Guns, Nightwing. This is volume 6. I think I bought this off eBay a while back. Trying to get all the Scott McDaniels. I've read a lot of Nightwing, a lot more than I thought I would, and his Bloodhaven stuff. The 52 Futures End, Volume 1, sort of a dystopian type thing. This is a thick book now. This is big book. It's a thick baby, sort of a dystopian future. Look at that. Trying to drill him out
from his mouth.
I like Batman Beyond. I really like the 5-season series. Here's a cool cover. I like how they did that. Just him sort of center stage with all this stuff happening behind him. I like the exaggeration of the figure. It's just cool. Look at that. That's a nice design, sleek design for Batman of the future. And a little bit of Jack Kirby homage there, huh?
Yeah, I like that.
And Planet of the Apes with the Commandy. Kirby's Commandy.
Yeah.
Issue 1. Yeah. Batman Beyond 2.0. Why do that crap, on the numbering?
What does that mean?
I know. What does it mean? Right. Look at that. You're going to have to go up against an older looking Superman there. Apparently that's not going to work out good for Batman.
Right.
Here's Superman by Kurt Busiek. I think we lost Kurt Busiek. Kurt Busiek? No, I don't think. I think I'm thinking of Peter David. We lost him recently. Superman Redemption. Look at there. Superman with wings, red wings. That's a neat cover. Very compelling. Who can save us? Flash? No, Superman. Jesus Christ.
There you go. And
then we get into the Green Lantern stuff, and then I think we've got it. You had Marvel Zombies over at Marvel. Well, sort of their answer to that was Blackest Night. Ivan Reis also did some artwork on this. Worked a lot with Jeff Johns. Blackest Night, pretty thick book, with all the zombie-like something going on there with Blackest Night, with the rings and everything, the Green Lantern rings.
So.
Here you go, Tales for the Corpse, right there. Look at that, nice. And But basically, this was their answer to Marvel Zombies. And here you go. I'm trying to look and see if any of this has got, I don't think it does, has the Ethan Van Sciver stuff in it. I think that came prior, much prior to this. But neat. And I actually have a hardback edition of this one. Brightest Day came out later, and that's got Ivan Ree's artwork in it too. It's very David Finch like artwork, you know.
No.
Brightest Day. My mother actually found me a hardback edition of some of that at a yard sale. Bought me like 3 books. One of them was a hardback. Green Lantern, War of the Green Lanterns. Looking to see if I know any names beyond Geoff. Epic says, ain't it cool news? Just says Epic, you know, for the War of the Green Lanterns. Hell yeah, have them fight amongst themselves. Why not? And Green Lantern Volume 5, Test of Wheels. Billy Tan doing the artwork on this stuff. Oh, Billy Tan.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of good reading. And some not so good reading. The Wraith of the First Lantern. This is Jeff Johns again. Peter Milligan too in some of it. Thick book, man. I mean,
wonder, did they not know how to spell wrath?
The Wrath of the First Green Lantern, W-R-A-T-H. That's how you spell it, isn't it?
That's wrath.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it, man. That is a whole long box of trade paperbacks of the DC stuff. I've got one in there of Marvel and some Independence. That's a lot of reading. That's a lot of heft to it, man. These,
Hey man,
trade paperbacks can get heavy.
I've got a stack of Avengers comics if you want to look and see which ones you need.
Sure.
It's about that big. It's not big.
Maybe we'll find that issue of mine that we never found.
I wish.
It's got to be there somewhere. Got to be. Yeah. Yeah, if it's got Black Captain Marvel in there. Yeah. And she's in there. That's Al Milgrom cover.
I'm just saying. Dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to identify a John Buscema Avengers page. And I do have that on disc. Yeah, that's got her in it, so it might be in that issue too. And that may be a John Buscema cover there. So it might be in that book. I'm trying to identify the John Buscema page.
Let's see. Yeah, Buscema and Palmer.
Yeah, if he did the insides, you know, that's a possible. Hey, Hex Allen, Quantum Age Comics in the house. Yeah, that's a possible too. That's got the you see the black character there in white and black? That's Captain Marvel. And she's on the John Buscema page. That's an Al Milgrom cover there. Janet Van okay. I guess that's Spider-Woman in the bed. Kind of look like Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp, but I guess it's Spider-Woman. Yeah. That might have the first appearance of a character. I think I have that one. I think I bought that one. Maybe Nebula, her first appearance. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's got Captain Marvel in it too, the black character.
featuring the stunning secret of Nebula.
That might have been where I came up with, had that in mind in the back of my mind when I came up with Nebulous. That's a wild cover.
Yeah.
Probably Al Milgrom again, but I'm not sure. Man with 10 eyes or whatever.
It
It used to be a
says,
Batman villain.
it's a Wyman Palmer.
Okay.
It says
Tom Palmer.
MC Wyman / T Palmer.
Yeah. I think you might have sent me a copy of that already. But yeah, that's a John Buscema cover. I'll keep them. I'll look at them and check them out and keep, and give them back to you. Yeah, that one's got Captain Marvel in there. She's kind of got light powers. That might be a Buscema cover as well. He did so many runs on Avengers.
It is. It is.
Yeah. This here too, yeah. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the John Buscema ones. Very cool. Tiger Shark, and you got the Wrecker and his wrecking crew and Giant Man. Very cool. 1986, because Marvel was celebrating their 25th
Got
year.
a few more.
Yeah.
About 2
Yeah,
more.
all these can be candidates because they've all got Captain Marvel in there. I hope I can identify the page. If I can, I might put it up for sale. Definitely put it in our second Buscema book that we publish. If we do a second book. Yeah, Tom Palmer was doing the inks during this time. Got a little Black Widow there with her short cropped hair and her sort of gray costume. Frank Miller might have actually came up with that design. I just don't know. The Mandarin's got his own armor in that
The
issue.
last one. Here's my last one.
Yeah. Yeah. Very simple cover, the Vision.
Yeah. Look, I pulled them out. Now, I also wanted to had a few that I thought you'd like to see. I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
Oh, okay. Oh, Tyrant. Yeah. Is that one signed? Stephen Bissett?
No, it's not signed.
That's cool,
But I
though.
do have some Bissett. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I picked the cover up because I thought T-Rex. Look at that mouth, man. That's a killer.
Looks like more like an Allosaurus. It's definitely, but I mean, he did Swamp Thing back in the 80s. Yeah, look at that. Is that like an anniversary Harley thing?
Yeah, it's her 25th. It
20,
says
25 years of Harley. Wow.
and it's the free digital. It's book one. It's with the free book. It's free homage of
Right, of Dark Knight.
Yeah.
With Batman and
Right.
with little Robin.
I've got a bunch of these, man.
Yeah. Dynamite. They do good things. Giant size. I've not seen the giant size before.
But I just pulled this out. But I've got a whole bunch of this run of this Red Sun.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
Even got Ramada covers and all that.
Diamond owes them money. Dynamite, $40 million. Number one, Marvel 2-in-1. Yeah. The Man Thing as brown, not green. That's wild, huh?
Mm-hmm. Look at the things done punched straight through him.
Mm-hmm. I still haven't seen that Werewolf by Night where the Man Thing makes his appearance in the movies. Still have not seen that. Archie TV Laugh Out, yeah. That's probably 1980s right there. Book, right?
It's 60 center.
Yeah.
This is
Early
what I
80s.
like.
Yeah. Sabrina bought you one in that series.
Number
But Weird
50.
War, okay, so that's a crossover of the creature. Oh well, they had a run. Yeah, I actually got the trade paperback of all their appearances in Weird War,
The
which is great
war
for
that
a
time
checklist.
forgot.
Because I'd like to have the originals.
I've got a bunch.
I bought.
This run, I've been concentrating on this run and Ghosts. I've got a
Yeah,
lot
some
of
of those Weird Wars are hard to find. Elsie.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, Static, Steve Ditko, yeah. Charlton Comics, probably
It's
an
in
all
great
Ditko
shape.
issue. I think I might have that one.
In nice condition. What kind of a werewolf cat down there at the bottom?
Direct edition because the box is just blank, the barcode block. So that was sold at a comic book shop. What was the issue you showed before that?
This was issue number 100 of Weird War Tales.
Oh, okay, yeah. Talking about that, yeah, I bought some of those on the stands when they came out. I didn't buy much of that stuff. It was kind of hit and miss, but I actually bought some of the Creature Commandos when they came out. I was more of a
I
DC
like
guy.
all them. These stories are great, man. I love all.
Well, I know you got a
that's
war
great.
bent, but then you add in the
Well, I'm just
supernatural
saying,
like this.
these were special stories. These were really
Yeah.
good stories, man. They really were.
Were they written by Robert Kanigher? They were probably written by the longtime war writer Robert Kanigher.
Well, let's look and see. Because it's not taped.
He worked with another artist that you really like, Joe Kubert. And we'll be talking Joe Kubert on Friday.
That's who did this cover.
Yeah. Joe Kubert's been known to say, I like drawing dinosaurs. So he did like drawing dinosaurs.
Oh, he loved drawing monsters, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah. Robert Kanigher, probably the writer. I don't know if he was writing that series or not, but he wrote a lot of the Sergeant Rock books that you grew up reading.
You think the writer ought to get some kind of credit?
Well, yeah, at least by the 80s. That was one thing that Marvel did right. They put the credits in their comics, where in DC wasn't. And
see, all it's got here is I got the publisher, the editorial director, the editor, the vice president, and the editorial coordinator with the president and the treasurer. All the freaking suckers I don't need to know. It doesn't even say cover by Joe.
You're looking at the indicia. It's not going to give you that. They should have credits there somewhere.
Joe Kubert on the cover. Well, let's see if they put it in the middle of the book.
I could go to eBay and just do a search and it would tell me probably quicker than it is for you to find it. But they have a trade paperback if you want all those and just to read them and reread them or whatever. They've got all the Creature Commandos in trade paperback form.
Okay, here we go. You're right. As always.
Is it Robert Kanigher?
No, I'm just saying it has it here. Let's see. It says writer Mike Barr.
Mike Barr. Okay.
And the artist of this interior, Bob Hall and Jerry Ordway. Letterer was John Costanza. Adrian Roy was the colorist. And Len Wein was the editor. The War That Time Forgot.
Yeah, Len Wein, unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. Died several years ago. Co-creator of Swamp Thing with Bernie Wrightson, among others. He's getting sucked into the world of Creature Commandos. He's reading it now. It's good stuff, man. I bought some of those. I wasn't a big war type thing, but you couldn't ignore, some of the great sort of monster stories that they did with the Creature Command.
I love where the writer would just take you like on a journey through. Man, it'd be like ghosts and zombies. It could be a graveyard of soldiers, and it was just like showing you the horrors of war.
See, all-star war stories. What is it? Let's see, Star Spangled War Stories in the early 60s. You should be buying those. Why? Because they had the original Suicide Squad, which was just 2 GI guys, but they were on an island of dinosaurs, and they were encountering these
what
giant.
numbers is that? I might have them.
It started around 96, I think, and went up into 130 something. Nick Cardy did some of the last ones. Even Gene Colan did some of the last ones. Some of the
136, you say?
Most of them is Star Spangled War Stories, probably 96 up into 130 something. And they've all have dinosaurs except for one. There's a Joe Kubert gorilla, Sergeant Gorilla cover, I think, with really wild. And then one has a giant Nazi.
I probably have a lot of those.
Those are hard to find in good shape. I mean, you can find them in good shape, but that's probably about the best.
My collection, man. I've got a long box and 2 or 3 short boxes.
Well, I made a concerted effort to get all those, but I still don't have all of them. And but I've got a bunch of them.
That's out of the cold. I've kept like you said, they're hard to find in nice condition.
Most of the interior artwork is Ross Andru, and Ross Andru was later 10 years later or more in the mid 70s drawing Spider-Man right after Gil Kane drew Spider-Man. Ross Andru was kind of the artist that I first read in Spider-Man. He was okay. He's not one of my favorites, but he's okay. He did a lot of good stuff.
Sam Glasman was an artist I used to
in the 60s. Yeah. Actually, they're taking some Sam Glasman stuff, like the war stuff, and they're crowdfunding it on Indiegogo. They've been doing that for a while. I don't know why, but there's some Sam Glasman fans out there. Definitely.
I got one of his original pages.
But war stories, if you throw some dinosaurs or something, or like the Creature Commandos, or like the weird war tales, I never really jumped on that back in the day. But they're kind of like the stories I like to read when it comes to war. The straight war stories, not so much. I mean, I have a bunch of them. That's a cool one. That one's kind of obscure and hard to find. I mean, if you don't know about it.
And it's in pretty good shape.
Secret Origins of Superheroes, yeah. Black Canary. Garcia Lopez cover. Yeah. Love Dr. Fate. Yeah, you're right. Great shape, man. It was one of those.
Anything from 1978 that's made this far in this good a shape, need to start putting these nice ones in good bags and boards.
Well, I thought about that. What do I consider a new comic? I would say anything 40 years and above. So go back 40 years to like 1985, and you got the beginnings of like a back issue. Now, are there some that are have value, like the first appearance of Harley Quinn from 1992? Sure. But you're always going to have those key issues. But I consider a new comic, 40 years old. Once it gets past 40 years old, I kind of give it back issue status. But to
Yeah.
me, like, what do I consider a new comic? All the way back 40 years ago. Really?
I'm like a lot of people, Rex. Though I'll be honest with you, I rarely buy new comics.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you haven't, I mean, there's
Don't
so
see
many
anything
great back
interesting.
issues. Yeah. And if you get, you know, if you buy it at a, you know, you get it at a good price. You and I have gotten some great prices. I mean, auctions, different stuff. You know, I bought that one that I would never buy on my own, but I know if it's an Atlas book and it's Patsy Walker, it's probably going to be worth something. That thing, they only had one on there. It was in poor shape and they wanted $125. I paid $5 on auction for it. I knew it was, I didn't realize it was, I knew it was old, but I didn't know it was that old. It was 1953. And in great shape for the age of it. Those things are hard to find
You
in
ain't kidding, man.
any kind of shape, much less, you know, pretty decent shape. Um, and that's one that I would gladly pay $5 for, get and put back up for sale, or maybe even have it graded, sent off, slabbed, and then sell it. You know, try and sell it that way, but probably just put it up there for sale for a good hefty price. But you know, some of these obscure, hard to find books that don't come
Wow.
around
Yeah.
that often, it's kind of hard to find a value. You almost have to go to a price guide to find a value of some of this stuff.
Speaking of weird war tales, brother, I just
Mhm.
opened a box. Here's my. You want to see my collection of them?
Isn't that the last issue?
124.
I think that's the last
Uh,
issue, or close to the last issue.
Yeah, that's where I got them.
You want me to look that up? 124?
Yeah,
That's a
here's
Joe Kubert cover.
123.
Now you got me curious.
123.
Wait, don't move on. That's a great Joe Kubert cover of the future. But let me go over to eBay and look up the last issue of Weird War Tales. Because it may be that issue. And I don't have that one, but I'd love to have it
I
at
got
some point.
more than this. I got more down there. This all weird war tales.
That's good because, you know, there was a Jim Starlin cover that I was trying to put together with a acetate I had. It was like one of those big acetates of the cover, and I couldn't find one on eBay. You know, some of those weird war, I had to wait like 2 weeks before I could find a copy on eBay. No, actually longer than that, I think, about a month. The only thing I could find was a print of the cover, and I bought it just to have the picture to put on the listing. And then later the book came up and I said, that's a rare book. I'm getting it. It was like Nazi gorillas on the cover, and Starlin was on the Nazi helmet.
You say looking up 124.
Okay, weird war
tales.
Weird war tales.
Yeah.
Number what?
124.
Oh, I'm just going to put last issue. Ooh, that's a cool one. Number 79. That's cool. Last issue. I think that's the last issue if I remember the cover right.
Ross Andru and Dan DiCarlo. Ross Andru, Dan DiCarlo.
Okay. Wait a minute. Someone stuff at me at the light of speed. Here we go. I'll share screen so we can both see and the audience can see. There we go. Last issue. Look at this one. This is the one I was talking about, Elsie. Number 79 with the hands coming up out of the ground. That's a Joe Kubert cover.
Wow. I don't have that. No.
Yeah, number 79. Yeah, that's a cool one.
I don't think I do. I could have it, but I don't think I do.
Yeah. What? Here's number 1 right here. Number 1's acquired some value. Look at that beat up copy, and they want $50 for it.
I look at number 2. It's cool too. Yeah, that's $50, man.
Well, they can ask what they want, right? That doesn't mean they're going to get it.
That.
All right, let me instead of last issue, let me put in the number. What was it? 124?
124.
Okay. They might not even have one online. I bet they do. Otis Henry, last issue of the series. Yep, I was right. Last issue of the series. $24.99. Here's a lot of them there. $30.99.
I got
There's
the last two. I got both of them.
here's a fine you can get. Yeah, I mean the last issue is generally low print run, so that's a good one to have.
Yeah. Especially in good shape.
Look at this little lot here with the Medusa cover. That's another Joe Kubert cover. Look at that with Medusa.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got all those.
That's cool. Yeah. I might even have that one with the dragon. This is the one you're showing there with the gorilla.
Yeah, I've got both
in the
of
last
those,
issue.
yeah.
But man, that Medusa cover's great.
Yeah, they're cool. Some of those older issues, the later issues are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I guess they're older. That's for sure.
So yeah, you began by showing us the very last issue of Weird War Tales. It ran 124 issues.
Beginning. Yeah, I could dig through to get to. I'd probably starting at the end.
Right, that's the very last issue right there. Yeah, I've got to get one of those for my collection.
Look at the shape.
Yeah, I might have that one.
I'm always upgrading the collection. Now, there's some in here that aren't in the best of shape, but look.
Well, that's what you do. You get one for a placeholder. Yeah, there's that one. Yeah.
It's in pretty decent shape.
Sabrina must have ran into some difficulties because she ain't coming back.
Into that.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I might even have that one. These are Joe Kubert covers. So.
Yeah. Well,
have you read them all? Have you read them all?
Oh, I believe so.
Yeah.
I might read them again because I can always, after I go through so many, if I started back over, I wouldn't remember half of it.
Right. Yeah, that's a good thing about comics. You can read it.
This was an Adler here, and I've got the acetate, and we got some.
Oh, you do?
Picture.
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of like the Twilight Zone of war in comics.
Yeah.
Another Joe Kubert there.
It talks about the Nazis using the occult and stuff, which they did.
Oh, I'd love to have a Weird War omnibus. There, the Nazis are being attacked by vampires.
Yeah.
Poor Nazis.
Yeah, look at this one.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting a little warm, ain't he?
Yeah, he's getting a little torched. Yeah.
He's messing with the wrong gal.
Mm-hmm. I think some of the artists that did the other war books. Now, I've actually got some production artwork to this cover. Had an acetate. I think I might still have it to the cover.
Yeah.
To this one, Joe Kubert. Yeah. It's neat to have the comic, but it's even neater to go, I got one of a kind production artwork to this book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always love this cover. Look at that.
Me too.
It's like on fire skeletal,
Challenge the ring of fire.
I fell into the burning ring of fire.
Burn.
Suppository will take care of that. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
There's the one you didn't think you had.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great cover where the hands are bursting forth out of the earth.
Yeah, it's a great one. Yeah.
That's a good one. A good one, as we say in the South.
Got some good.
Oh, man, that's wonderful. That's a wonderful Joe Kubert. Look at that woolly mammoth. Hell yeah. Taking that at Soldier. You can hear him screaming as he flung up in the air.
Oh, brother, that's a George Evans cover.
George Evans cover. Okay.
Because it's the only reason I know is because it's signed down there in the corner.
Well, I mean, who's George Evans?
He's a guy that did a lot of war books.
Okay. All right.
He's old. He's old school. He's probably
Okay.
who taught Joe
Yeah.
or helped
This
him.
is a
You know,
werewolf cover, Joe Kubert werewolf cover,
yeah.
breaking through the skylight. That's cool. He did a lanky looking werewolf, didn't he? Look at he ain't got a lot of beef to him.
No.
Nice Joe Kubert cover though. Oh, Adolf Hitler cover, huh?
Yeah.
Dictator lives again.
Look at those aliens or creeps or what.
Yeah. Aliens.
Whatever.
What
man.
issue number is that?
This is number gosh, I'll have to, it's a 35 cent. I think it's number 38. Let's see.
Mid 70s Bronze Age then.
Yeah, 35 center. And we're going down now. This is my 25 center.
Yeah, that's one of the ghosts you were talking about. Is that a Civil War scene?
Yeah.
1976, because it's got the DC
it
bullet
goes
right
all-
there
it
in the middle.
takes you through all kind of wars, man. Not just the old wars.
Yeah, and
Oh,
the skeleton guy there up in the corner, he kind of narrates the different stories, right?
Yeah, little dude up there.
My watch hours are down, Elsie, so I've got to get my watch hours back up in the green. 25 center, there you go. That's a Joe Kubert cover, isn't it?
Yeah, waiting on him.
Very atmospheric, isn't it?
Yeah. This is one that's not in that great of shape, but I don't care. I kept it because I didn't have it, you know.
And it's an early one, all right?
Yeah. Not real early, but early enough.
Oh, look at that. Heck yeah. A giant one. A lot of reprint material in there.
Nice square bound.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is
Brontosaurus
actually
back there.
Number 36.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, we'll be talking some Joe Kubert Friday on Feature Friday. Oh, yeah, I love this one where the World War I soldiers frozen, waiting for the World War II soldiers.
Come on by. Let's see
Yeah.
how many more I got. Let me put these in there.
Send those all to me. Think you might trade paperbacks.
I don't have a few left, and they changing the Sergeant Fury.
Oh, that's a cool one. That looks like maybe a Jerry Granetti cover or something. I don't know. So that's dealing with a giant.
Yeah.
Nephilim Nazi. Ooh, we got to do that story. Look at that. World War One.
Here's a cool Adler.
Yeah. You got Neil Adams or N. Adams there on the
Pocket.
On the pocket. Yeah. And yeah, that's got an overlay on it, doesn't it? With the little whiteout overlay.
I like that one with the death to the.
That's a big issue. Isn't that number 5 early issue? I think I've got that issue.
Yeah, it's the 5th. Yeah.
Mine might have a little spine roll to it, but it's decent shape.
Here's my last one.
Well, I always love that one with the little Western Union. He's dead, you know. You know who did that cover? Who did this cover? Is it signed? Beautiful cover.
Joe Kubert.
Oh, is it Joe Kubert? Okay, I should have known just by the facial features of the woman there. But yeah, what a wonderful war cover, you know. What does it read on the Western Union thing there over the body?
It's hard to get this book. Judith Crane, City, Missouri. We regret to inform you of the death of Private John Case on November 8th at 2:20 a.m., Department of the Army. And she's getting a hug from her mama or friend. Judy, I love you, Johnny. Oh, Mama, I had a terrible dream about Johnny. He's laying there dead.
Now, why do you say this particular one's hard to get? Was this your issue there hard to
Well,
get?
I'll just say to get a decent copy for a reasonable price. How about
Yeah.
that?
And so when did this one come out? Probably mid-70s? Oh, was that number
Yeah.
2? Oh, was that
Yeah.
number 2 of the run? Okay.
40,
Yeah. So
48
early.
pages,
Okay.
quarter for 48 pages.
Definitely, because that's an oversized issue, right? Let's see. Weird War Tales number 2. Let's look that up and just see what we got on eBay, huh?
Okay.
And of course, it gives me number 13, which is another one a Nestor Ronaldo cover. Love that. Look at that.
Wow.
This one's a British copy because it's stamped there over the back, 6 pence. 6 pence, none the richer. Yeah, we need to do that, Elsie. We need to do Nephilim Nazi, a giant Nazi. We need to do that. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. We're going to talk behind the scenes before you go, Elsie. Don't just pop out. But we're going to get out of here. Hope you enjoyed the trade paperbacks. Now I got to put all these things back in there. They're heavy. But yeah, this is a new series where I show you some trade paperbacks. I've got a bunch of them. If I showed you all my Marvel Essentials and DC showcases and archives and stuff like that. And maybe we'll get into some trading sometime, on this too, because it's called Trade Ya. So maybe we'll get into some trading. I definitely got some doubles, triples, quadruples of certain books. We might get into some trading of comic books on this show. It's going to be, an attempt to do something different, on the channel.
See, I might have something you like. You might have something I like.
Yeah, he's definitely got some things I like. I try not to look too hard at his collection because I don't want to covet what he's got. It's like, I want that and one of these and 3 of those, and like a kid in a candy shop. He's got some great stuff. So do I. But I mean,
it's all fun. That's what it's
all
about.
Fun.
It's about having fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we were all into art when I and Elsie met. But now he had read comics and I kind of brought him back into comics. Same way with Charles, our mutual friend.
He
kind of read comics.
1986, I can remember getting really into collecting.
It blows my mind that, and I would come and recommend things to you. I know like Grendel was the one I was recommending, and the Longbow Hunter. While you were gone, I've got the Longbow Hunter trade paperback down here from Mike Grell. Remember that Prestige format series?
I got the 3 square bounds in mint shape.
Well, there was 4. I think there was 4, wasn't there?
I know I got the first 3, but
okay.
Still got
yeah. Yeah, they were a little bit more expensive back in the day to get those Prestige format. I never really liked that because they are square bounds, and I would always read them like this, where you kind of crack it open. I want Devil Flyer magazine. I want it like this. I want you to be able to read it, lay it out, enjoy it. I've got 2-page spreads that's going to be throughout the book, and I want you to be able to enjoy the Devil Flyer experience, of like the different stories. There's going to be a lot of 2-page spreads within the Bystander story that we're working on now. I just finished the layout a couple weeks of another 2-page spread for that story that I was talking over with Ryan James. Just got the artwork in from Ryan James. The pieces he did. He got a new job at Six Flags out there, doing good, doing Halloween, sort of Halloween something for them during this season. So he's keeping busy. That's good. It's good that he's employed because the movie
We
stuff.
all
You know, he's
need
a
to be
lighter in the movies
employed.
out there in Hollywood, and the AI is taking away a lot of his job, and uh, you know, he'd love to
Back
get
in the
on a TV series and light the series and stuff. It's a steady paying gig, you know. But it's like comics; it's not always a steady paying gig, you know. But yeah, we need to do Nephilim Nazi. We'll work that into a short story or something, you know. Copyright that dude. And anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Keep collecting. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Take
lot
care.
of fun. Take care. Yeah, I've got more stuff to put in the stand. You know, there's always something you know, to put in the stand to make it even better. Uh, Comics are like no other thing in the world. You know, go buy a kid a comic and you might hook him for life. Bow for now.